Aaron Rodgers alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snap to Rodgers.
Keith Olbermann's mother right between the eyes. She was all right. The glasses were broken.
You can't throw the ball any better than that.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this topic is sports adjacent, but it's really about the COVIDians, the insane, weirdo, hateful people on the left that didn't respect my body, my choice, like they so frequently say, with people who chose to not get the jab. They wanted you off this planet. They wanted bad things to happen to you. They laughed when you passed away because you didn't get the jab when they told you to get it. Now, I've always remained, every single time I've talked about this, I know there are people in my audience who got it. I know there are people in my audience who didn't get it. I literally don't care. It's your body. You do what you want to do with it. And it's not anybody's position other than your own to have an opinion on it. This is a liberal point of view, but it used to be. But we all saw how the left melted down for anyone that didn't get the jab. And we saw how they treated Aaron Rodgers, who was very vocal against it. Well, of course, if you are a sports ball person, or even if you're not, you probably heard that, something about Aaron Rodgers going to the New York Jets. I'm a lifelong Packer fan. I actually understood why he wanted out. I understand that our front office didn't want to commit to a quarterback who is 37 years old for this exact reason. Although the Achilles injury, I don't know if you can 100% say those injuries are usually non-contact injuries, and they're usually, freak injuries. So I don't know that you can necessarily say 100% has to do with him being old, but nonetheless, I wasn't going to ever cheer for him to get hurt, but I surely wasn't going to be a Jets fan just because he was their quarterback. And I think that is a normal way to handle it. And then you have the way that the left, like Keith Olbermann and others, handle it by dancing on his literal grave. Because again, they don't want you just hurt. They don't want you to lose your job. They don't want you to be a pariah. They don't want you. They'll settle for that, but they really want you dead. That's how loony these people are. Keith Olbermann poked fun at Aaron Rodgers after his brutal Achilles injury, claiming that the quarterback's refusal to take the jab is to blame. Rodgers' debut for the New York Jets lasted 3 minutes before he was sacked and taken out of Monday night's game. The 39-year-old is due to have an MRI scan Tuesday. Well, I already know it was a complete tear of his Achilles tendon. He's out for the season. A brutal injury. And Keith Olbermann, when you talk about being a huge loser, I don't think that a better person comes to mind. Keith Olbermann used to talk about sports, and then he suffered maybe one of the worst cases of Trump derangement syndrome I've seen anyone suffer. And maybe Bill Maher. I don't know. He's worse than Bill Maher for sure, because Bill Maher at least is based on a few issues. So of course he tweets another sudden injury due to failure to get a poke. Ha 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 ha. Retweeting Aaron Rodgers' injury appears to be either a Lisfranc foot injury, which is an annoying injury to come back from, but not a season ender usually. An ankle sprain, which would have been 3 to 4 weeks, or possibly even Achilles. We all know that was Achilles. I'm not going to play the video. It's just brutal. And of course, he got ratioed into oblivion. And this is a guy that has 1 million Twitter followers that I would strongly suspect are largely bots. He can't even get 50 likes. He 39 likes, 50 likes, 44 likes. And then he's laughing about Aaron Rodgers getting hurt. I don't really understand it. It's gross, and he's not the only one. You see people pointing out the guy that just won the tennis championship who didn't get this guy seems okay. What happened to you, bro? Leftism's what happened to him. I mean, all these people, class tolerance and acceptance defined. Broken old man. It's like you're trying to get literally everyone to see you as the absolute garbage human you are. I mean, it's nuts. Keith Olbermann is like the guy that tries to be the middle school bully, but nobody at all takes him seriously and just laughs at him. Most of these replies are just people dunking on him. But he wasn't the only one. There's large threads. This individual, Bradley P. Moss, who proudly still uses Twitter every day, but makes sure that he puts, "I'm never going to pay for Twitter Blue." He's a lunatic loser, tweeting, of course, rumor has it Rodgers told the doctors to get out because he doesn't need advice from medical communist elites. He has Joe Rogan and Alex Jones on their way. Another NBC weirdo loser that's probably one leaked email away from another scandal, or maybe he's tubing himself, things of that nature. But, again, these political weirdos, another huge waste of space. 210,000 followers, can barely get a couple hundred likes on tweets because the only time that he can get it is when he gets back in line with the cult and all the bots like his tweets. He writes, "Oh, a bunch of people in my mentions are asking why I'm incessantly trashing Aaron Rodgers, who is no doubt hurt. Why? Because when the coof hit, two of my closest friends were expertly trained doctors were on the front lines in hospitals responding to it." What does that have to do with Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles? I think a lot of these people probably have poke regret and are like angry about it. I wonder if Bradley's on his 7th booster, by the way. And the thing is, like, this guy, by the way, wasn't even quote unquote on the front lines. And look, I had family members, my sister, my cousin, both working, in healthcare at that time. A good friend of mine's wife flew to New York to help out as an extra nurse during it. I had people in my life that got it. Obviously, I got it a couple times. I don't think that, and then this guy's like putting himself up on a cross. I don't really even understand it. He says here, I want to get his thing here. He just spurging out. A bunch of folks in my mentions are asking why I'm incessantly thrashing Aaron Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. None of it, none of what Aaron Rodgers has said about these cult members is being proven wrong by the way they're acting from his injury. That'll be one thing if he got the coof, right, and got really sick from it, okay? But that's not what happened. It was a non-contact, well, it was contact football injury. But you see these weirdos, rumors Aaron Rodgers and sister are being treated by horse dewormer. And I mean, like, what? I mean, imagine this is your life. Oh, another lawyer, shocking. Joe Rogan must have held Aaron Rodgers by his ankle when he dipped him into the river of Ivor. Okay, well, that's kind of funny. But, I guess, like, all these people, New York Jets says x-rays on injured ankle of QB Aaron Rodgers are negative, but the team's waiting on a second opinion from Joe Rogan. There's absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever with, wanting a second opinion, wanting to do your own research. That only became a thing during the coof. You were encouraged to remember getting second opinions from doctors and all this kind of stuff. And you get these people, see what happens when you don't get the poke. The injury is nothing a little, horsey sauce can't cure. I mean, it's just these people they hate him because he didn't comply. He didn't get in line. Now, look, again, I want to reiterate, I don't care what you chose to do. It is literally your body, your choice. I know a lot of people don't believe that on the left. They say that, but they don't believe that. And you have the entirety of leftoid Twitter celebrating this man's injury. I get it. You're allowed to make jokes. There are people who chose not to get it that also make a lot of jokes every time. Whoopi Goldberg just got the coof, and she's like poked and quadruple boosted. Ha, 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 ha. I get that. But it's a little bit of like, that's different because they're out there pushing the jab on everybody, talking about you have to get it to protect yourself, and then they get it anyway. A guy tearing his Achilles tendon and maybe ending his entire career is, first of all, something that is not political at all. Second of all, it kind of turns you, it kind of makes you a real piece of garbage if you're celebrating that. If you're celebrating people getting hurt. Aaron Rodgers' season-ending ankle injury is said to have been caused by the fact that he had so much horse pace that his feet are turning to hooves. Ha 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 ha. Ukraine flag in the bio. Why am I not surprised? Hashtag resist in their bio too. Why am I not surprised? These people are all the same. They're evil. They're gross. And, I think that it's sad. It's sad that they are this way. That they live their lives sustaining on other people's sadness and really just they're just sad, lonely people. They're mad that maybe they feel they got tricked into getting a bunch of pokes. Maybe they're mad that other people are thriving who didn't get it, and they were told that. I think that there's a level of that where people are like, hey, I was told that I had to get this to prevent it, and I got it anyway. I was lied to. So then they double and triple down on their weirdo positions. That could be part of it. It's difficult to say, but as a lifelong Packer fan, I definitely didn't want the Jets to win any extra games because of him, but I certainly didn't want him to get hurt. And it sucks. And leftoids, COVIDians are still garbage humans. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.